Welcome to the Football Journeys podcast with B5 Consultancy. I'm Matt Himsworth.
I'm Fraser Franks.
I'm a media lawyer. Fraser, you're an ex-football player. I guess we should explain what it is we're trying to do here and why we've come together to do it.
Yeah, a big reason for doing this podcast is to highlight some of the issues that we deal with day to day with football clubs and that a lot of young academy footballers and senior players will go through. It isn't all the glitz and the glamour of professional football and the £1 million moves. A lot of these lads will go through rejections, injuries, and a lot of struggles along the way. And if they're lucky, they might have careers like some of the lads that we've spoken to.
So in this first series, we thought it would be an obvious place to start with the Premier League champions. So we've done Liverpool Football Club and the journey through the academy there. We focused on 2 year groups, 2013, 2014, and for me some of those stories are unbelievable. We've got the boy wonder that scores in his Anfield debut, and his career's blighted by injuries, but he's on his way back up. We've got a lad that combines part-time football in the National League North with being in a second career as a house DJ. We've got lads that have played in Spain, we've got lads that have played in Bulgaria, in America, and then we've got some really dramatic themes: grief, prison, depression. But we've also got those uplifting curves, and that's really important. We've got redemption, we've got joy and contentedness. And the one thing that I really found, I don't know about you, was these lads at 23 and 24, they cram more into their young lives than most people cram in by the time they're 60 or 70.
Yeah, and a lot of these lads have bounced back from rejection and can show now that being rejected from an academy doesn't mean the end of your life and the end of your football career. You can bounce back, and whether that's bouncing back as a professional footballer or using those skills that you've learned within an academy to bounce back and be successful elsewhere, that's what we want to get across to people and some of the stories that we want to show.
And I think one thing that we got from this, we were very grateful to the lads for giving their time telling their stories, but also some of the people around them. We were able to get people that knew them or knew of them during their time. We've got Jamie Carragher to give us certain pearls of wisdom in his recollection of these young boys, but also we're pretty grateful to the club themselves. And for me, the club can be as proud of these young men as they are of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Curtis Jones, Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher, and all the lads that end up playing at Anfield.
We've gotten to know these lads pretty well over the course of months now, and we said at the beginning we didn't just want it to be that one-off. We wanted to get to know them personally, know what they're comfortable talking about, and allowing them to feel comfortable with us and allowing them to open up to us. And some of the things they've spoken about are very personal. They've allowed themselves to be vulnerable, and that's in order to help the next generation coming through and to pass on some of their issues they faced and some of their problems and some of their solutions.
I guess the only other thing for us to do is explain who B5 Consultancy is. As I said, I'm a media lawyer, you're an ex-football player. My job has been for nearly 20 years now trying to protect the reputation and privacy of young and old football players, and people who've come through the football journey. And that's what you've come through, the football journey. So it's about combining those experiences to help lads and lasses make good decisions off the pitch, but also to help and support them when life doesn't turn out exactly as you want them to.
Yeah, we're working with a lot of Premier League football clubs and organisations at the moment, trying to educate young players and old to make good decisions off the pitch. And I guess we see ourselves as off-field coaches and trying to improve the person off the pitch in order to gain performance on the pitch.
But I don't want to give too much away as to what content we've got coming up, but we've got some fantastic stories from some great young men. So we'll leave you with a few little clips.
And I wasn't dealing with any of the feelings that I felt when I left Liverpool, and I wouldn't say it was fully depression, but it was definitely on the route to depression.
They cleared me for the murder, but they said that I'm still in their investigation for violent disorder.
That tweet could have finished me in football.
It was just that day night. It was just a freak night. You know what I mean? Said I've often just go from 30 to see young lads coming into a team, making a debut at 17 and scoring a 35-yard goal. Do you know what I mean?
I just love seeing local lads do well. I always support them, want them to do well, because I know how good it is and I know how tough it can be as well. And you need that support because Liverpool's a very passionate city about football.